Are you a happy girl? She is a very happy child. Hi, Teddy. Yeah.
Say hi to Macy.
I'm a RN in labor and delivery in a local hospital that's pretty busy, and I just started seeing more and more patients come in and mothers come in who unfortunately have been abusing drugs throughout their pregnancy, and as part of my role I would be help and assist with the delivery of the babies, and we deliver these babies and then kind of what's happening to these children, and if they're going to foster care, what does that look like, who's caring for them. So I think that was kind of my big push at that point, to really seriously consider fostering. And then I kind of presented that idea to Joe.
I said, no way, not gonna happen. I was quietly open to the idea, just because I knew I needed to do more. I was very comfortable in my life. I agreed to go to A class. There was a video that they put on, and on the video, there was somebody who quoted something from Matthew, actually, and the verse was, any man who finds his life will lose it, and anyone who loses his life for my sake will find it. And when he said that, it just hit me. I just felt like I can sacrifice a little bit of time here and there to try to help somebody else out.
2 months later, we got a phone call for a little boy who was 7 months old, and he was going to come to us, and we needed to go pick him up. I just remember them wheeling him out in his little stroller, and he just looked at us with this little smile, just this innocent little baby. And just right then, I was like, oh my gosh. He had a little bag with a couple clothes in it. So we brought him home and introduced him to our kids, and immediately fell in love with him. That was our first placement. Mm-hmm. We got a phone call that when he was with us, that there was family that was available to potentially, have him go live with them. Mm-hmm. So we got a call December 23rd, 2020, for a little girl who was 3 weeks old, born exposed, and in the NICU. And so we said yes. We brought her home December 23rd, and she's our daughter. She became, we adopted her this past summer at the age of 18 months. She's 2 years old now. So we now have 4 children.
We were lucky enough to have May, who's our daughter, and our first placement, Dion, were able to get baptized a few weeks ago, together, both families coming together and having a baptism, which was pretty special, I think.
And so for me, I think the most powerful moment of all our fostering journey has been that day.
Yeah, I agree.
That day. And for our kids to witness it, our biological children, our family, the families coming together from different cultural backgrounds, that's what it's about. Raising these children to love God, and what's our purpose in life, as parents, is to raise our children to get to heaven. These kids are no less worthy of that. Like they also deserve that opportunity to get to heaven. I think any child who is able to receive that safety and that love and that security and that faith at any point in their life is hopefully going to make an impact on them one way or another. So we didn't know what fostering would be like for our family, for our children, for us and our marriage. And honestly, I feel like it brought us the closest together as we've ever been. Because it took a lot of emphasis off of us and more on others. And I think that's what we're called to do. Our lives aren't to be lived just for us. They are to be lived for God and do His works and, serve others and help the homeless and the poor and the children, the orphaned.
It was such an interesting experience to open your home and your heart, And that's really what I would encourage anybody who's considering something like this. You're helping someone else, but you realize too that it actually changes you as well, you know, which is, it's powerful for sure.
Now how are you going to stand up? Stand up. Oh. Wow, nice shoe.
But there's just always that uncertainty of, you know, are we gonna, our heart's gonna hurt? Are we, you know, gonna get attached? And that's what a lot of people say. How I couldn't do it because I get too attached. Well, that's the point, right? These kids need that. They need that when they're with you. My advice to people discerning foster is just pray, you know, put your faith in God and remember why we're here, you know, to serve and to help others as Jesus would want us to, especially the orphaned. And just going back to our kids, like they've always attached and adapted with these kids, and I see them when they come home from school. It's like they always are looking like, where so and so, you know, like they want to first people they want to see or person they want to see. It's not me. It's you know, the little one. Yeah. So it's our daughter. It's where is she? Did you bring her to, you know, pick me up? And it's their first thought when they wake up in the morning, and when they go to bed at night, they want to say goodnight to her, and they want to give her a kiss and a hug, and like they love her, and she loves them. She's looking for them, and they're siblings. They're just automatic. You know, we talk about instant family. It's an automatic kind of welcoming. It's for the children, our children. It has opened their eyes to the realities and the sensitivities to these kids. And they hear the stories. They know what's going on with the parents. They know the hardship that, you know, these babies go through or kids go through. I think reaching out to other foster families is good and finding that connection. I have found it's lacked in the Catholic community, unfortunately. So I think there's a lot of ways our Catholic community can step up, and now's the time. And I think that Springs of Love is an amazing initiative, and I really hope that people really consider whatever it may be, from supportive services to respite to providing a meal to just looking into it, right? To fostering and potentially adoption, because kids need it. These kids, they deserve good Catholics in their lives and a good Catholic family.